title.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to, I'm watching your reels and all the knowledge sessions on social media, and I'm really very much glad and feel so proud that you have visited in our city.
Thank you.
So my question is like, what drives you for this purpose, sir? This is first question. And second is, where do you get this aura, this positivity? We just want to know about it, sir.
So if you believe people, I'm driven by popularity. And I'm motivated by publicity. I'm motivated by the sale of my books. I'm motivated by the money I get from China. I'm motivated by certain lawyers from the Congress who apparently were my mentors. I am motivated by all the group photos that I take, and especially when women come and take pictures, apparently that drives me. So these are all the motivations. And since I'm an IP lawyer, I function on incentive. So this is my incentive. But the lie, this is the truth. Okay, so the lie is that I don't care for any of this. The absolute lie is that I don't care for any of this. Shefali ji knows how much I refuse to come. Yeah. Not and today, across the board, and not because I had a problem coming to Nashik. No, that's not the thing. The thing is, I said, I need to know what am I achieving from this in terms of value or impact. If it's going to be another session, group photo session, selfie session, some Instagram post here and there, I don't want it because I think I'm done with that cycle. I wanted to understand what impact my work creates. The book tours have told me it is making an impact. 2, it is making an impact from the age group of, I've seen 9th standard students write to me telling me that they are trying to read the books. That tells me that the core audience is being hit. Second, I've also seen people take up derivative works out of it and apply it to their own lives and to their professions. So that second order effect is achieved. 3, I wanted the books to penetrate UPSC coaching centers and libraries of institutions. It has done that. Now, I don't need to do anything more because what has happened is over the last 1 year, mainstream publications have literally come to my doorstep saying, please write for us. Indian Express was never a platform people like me could have gotten access to in the past. I have gotten access there. And they know for a fact, they willingly said, bel mujhe maar. And I've told them very clearly. So one of the terms that they offered was, we will pay you for every article. I said, I don't want a payment from the left under any circumstances. I'm very self-sufficient. I don't need anybody for anything. A lot of people also end up thinking that I'm some kind of a Jola chap who is going around asking for paisa de do, paisa de do. Nahi chahiye bhai. I have no reason for it at all. If Hindu code was not there, we would have been allowed to marry 3 people. I have the resources to marry 3 people and maintain them. So I don't want it. I'm abundantly clear about the fact that I have no need for money from anybody at all because it's an insult to a practicing lawyer to offer money. I'm very good at what I do. My professional ego is supreme. I don't need anything from anyone. So the reason why I'm being hyper selective about these activities and why I think it's important is that as much as there is cause for positivity, there is equally a growing challenge. And I'm very clear about the fact that I can communicate some things in the manner that they need to be communicated without getting into trouble. I know the thin red line, and I know how to walk on that line. It's a matter of nature and nurture, both. So I know exactly how to do that. And when people like me speak or people like Vishnu speak, it gives confidence to youngsters, saying that he is not some old man who has nothing to lose who's talking about this. These people have actually put everything on the line. 2, I am not making any sacrifice whatsoever. Not one bit, except on my sleep and family time to some extent. But even that I have significantly cut down. Across the board, organizers know they will get a standard message from me because thanks to autocorrect, it knows what exactly I have to say. I say, Namaste, thank you for your kind invitation. However, I'm extremely occupied with my packed practice schedule and the writing schedule of the 3rd book. I will not be available until, initially it was February, now it has moved to April. That's it. They know they'll get a standard refusal now. Because if I don't see value in that engagement, I will not. The reason I have come here is for two reasons. Trayambakeshwar is here. Okay? And second, Maharashtra is a huge state and you can't define Maharashtra solely by Nagpur, Mumbai and Pune. It's important that there is more penetration here. So it made sense to actually visit another region of Maharashtra and to actually make an impact here because the surrounding places are very peaceful, right? So it's very important to come and make an impact here. So my motivation is very clear, which is try and keep the self at the background as much as possible. It's difficult. I am no sannyasi. I too have an ego. Contrary to popular perception, I'm not a humble person at all. It just so happens that I know what are the limits of my knowledge and what are the limits of my ego, and I know who is good at what. I cede space. If somebody is better at something than me, I will agree with it. My ego will not come in the way of that acknowledgement. So the point is, the very purpose of these engagements is strategic, disruptive, surgical attacks, period. You get into the place, start a fire and get out of the place. When I go to campuses, the point of going to those campuses is to empower voices which have been silenced and say, start talking. Find the spine to start talking. If you don't have that, and if you're going to create a bhajan mandali or a kavali mandali out of my reels and make a cult out of me, forgive me, I'm not interested in that. I have no interest in becoming the head of another personality cult. Two, positivity. I've said this, dharmiks don't have the luxury of being pessimists. If this is the bottom of the bell curve, यहाँ से ऊपर ही जा सकते हैं और कहाँ जा सकते हैं, इससे बदतर कैसे हल हो सकता है? According to me, a verse of the 1947, क्योंकि तब तो एटलीस्ट आपके हाथ में तलवार हो सकता था, बात भी कर सकते हैं. अब आप ना बात कर सकते हैं ना आपके हाथ में तलवार हो सकता है. If people believe that the reality of 47 has changed, it's just an ongoing, let's say, reality, except its Ruuprekha has changed. And the labels have changed. I've said this before, we don't need to believe in violence, but we certainly need to believe in the use of deterrent force and protect yourself. How many examples do you want across the country where the state has proved to be absolutely napunsak and impotent in protecting Hindus? So, this is no more an academic discussion. It is not a post-dinner katha kalakshepam. It's not. It's not a harikatha in a temple. Unfortunately, I hope harikathas in temple take up these issues. I hope that happens. So, I genuinely believe that it is imperative for people to speak. I'm not saying I'm here with some kind of messianic belief, but one of the very clear reasons, apart from other reasons for making the transition from engineering to law, was to make these serious disruptive public interventions. And so I will not give it up. I will just ask myself three questions. Is it coming at the expense of my professional time? Is it coming at the expense of my health? My family has compromised enough, and therefore how do I strike a balance? And four, is the platform deserving of it, or does the platform deserve my support? That's it.
Thank you.